Hi, I'm Katie Cleary, president and founder of World Animal News and Peace for Animals. And these are the top breaking animal news stories making headlines, and how you can get involved. Heartbreaking news is 30 lions suffering in a captive bred lion farm in South Africa had to be euthanized after a devastating wildfire and severe neglect. According to a heart-wrenching post on the Bloemfontein SPCA Facebook page, the owner of the farm knew that the lions were injured by the fire but did not administer any medical treatment for 5 days. It became obvious that the callous owner no longer cared about the animals on the farm, which included 59 lions and 3 tigers. He did, however, reportedly care about saving their bones so he could presumably profit from the equally disdained lion bone trade. The Bloemfontein SPCA, which has spent an enormous amount of money to sedate, treat, euthanize, and cremate these lions, has since opened a case of animal cruelty against the owner. The Biden administration defends USDA Wildlife Service's decision to kill 8 wolf pups in Idaho due to complaints from a cattle rancher. Conservation groups learned that Wildlife Services started pursuing the Timberline pack in May when an agent killed the first 3 pups at the den site. The agency then killed 5 more pups over the next 2 months. The groups urge USDA Secretary Tom Vilsack to stop Wildlife Services from slaughtering weeks-old wolf pups on public lands. In his October 5th response letter, Secretary Vilsack shockingly rejected the request, stating that killing wolf pups is a humane management option. Students at Timberline High School in Boise, Idaho were devastated when they learned that Wildlife Services killed the pups. The school adopted the pack as its mascot when it was founded in 1998. In yet another major strike against our environment and endangered species, Governor Newsom vetoes the California Deforestation Free Procurement Act. The disappointing news comes after the bill received tremendous support last month when it passed the California Senate with an astounding vote of 30-8. This critical bill, authored by California Assemblymember Ash Kalra, would have established California as a leader in tackling the many devastating effects of tropical forest destruction. It would have required that companies that produce forest risk commodities such as palm oil, cattle, soy, rubber, paper pulp, and timber maintain a no deforestation, no peat, and no exploitation policy. Establishing these strict measures would have helped to protect tropical forest and indigenous peoples' rights, as well as save the lives of many species on the brink of extinction. More than 40 organizations worldwide call for a ban on the elephant ivory trade in Canada to help save elephants from extinction. Environment and Climate Change Canada launched the public consultation in July of this year to hear feedback on proposed measures to restrict or end the elephant ivory trade. During the 60-day consultation period, Canadians and individuals around the world voiced their support for ending Canada's role in the ivory trade. The urgent letter calls on the Canadian government to implement measures to prohibit importing elephant ivory for commercial purposes or as hunting trophies. Shockingly, as many as 35,000 elephants tragically die at the hands of elephant ivory poachers in Africa each year. In environmental news, a major oil spill off the coast of Southern California as 126,000 gallons leak into the Pacific Ocean, causing a major ecological disaster. According to the U.S. Coast Guard and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the oil spill originated from a broken pipeline less than 3 miles off the coast of Huntington Beach. Amplify Energy Corp., which owns this and 2 other offshore oil platforms, is said to be the owners of the pipeline. Minimizing damage and impacts to the city's sensitive wetlands and marine environment were of the utmost importance to Huntington Beach. Skimming equipment and booms were deployed to prevent the inflow of oil into the Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve and Huntington Beach wetlands. Many wildlife rescues were on standby to help save animals affected by the oil spill. In marine wildlife news, the brutal Norwegian whaling season ends with the slaughter of at least 575 minke whales, the highest amount since 2016. With public demand for whale meat dwindling, the higher number of whales killed this season is unlikely to drive increased profits for the whaling industry, according to a new poll commissioned by NOAA, the Animal Welfare Institute, and Whale and Dolphin Conservation. The poll also revealed that Norwegian citizens have serious concerns about how the hunts are conducted. Nearly 2/3 of respondents agree that it's unacceptable that almost 1 in 5 whales do not die instantly when shot by a harpoon. 63% found it unacceptable that 2/3 of the whales killed are female, nearly half of whom are pregnant. Namibia auctions off 57 wild elephants, including family groups, and plans to export 42 to zoos and safari parks outside of Africa. Conservationists and wildlife trade experts from non-governmental organizations across the globe are calling for a halt to the controversial capture and export of wild elephant groups. This includes the country's unique desert-adapted elephant population, which already is threatened by years of drought, habitat loss, and trophy hunting. The Namibian government announced in August that it had auctioned off 57 wild elephants to 3 bidders, which sold for $537,000 US, 42 of them which would be exported internationally. The CITES Standing Committee plans to examine the legality of Namibia's interpretation as it applies to exports of live elephants at its next meeting in 2022. This is yet another example of why wildlife trafficking must end. In some promising news, the South Korean president suggests a ban on dog meat, giving hope to a possible end to the country's horrific trade. South Korean President Moon Jae-in first issued a Blue House pledge in 2018 to consider removing dogs from the legal definition of livestock, following a petition with 1 million signatures submitted by Humane Society International Korea and partners KARA. A recent opinion poll commissioned by HSI Korea and conducted by Nielsen shows growing support for a ban on the dog meat trade, with nearly 84% of South Koreans saying they don't or won't eat dogs, and almost 60% supporting a legislative ban on the trade. Tragically, it's estimated that 1 to 2 million dogs are kept on thousands of dog meat farms across South Korea. You can help call for an end to the cruel dog and cat meat trade throughout Asia by signing Humane Society International's petition on our website. Yves Saint Laurent and Brioni are the latest luxury brands to go fur-free and make compassion the fashion. One of the world's most prolific luxury groups, Kering, recently announced that it will eliminate the use of animal fur in all of its fashion houses, beginning with their fall 2020 collections. Yves Saint Laurent and Brioni are among the last of Kering's design houses that will be adopting the fashion conglomerate's new comprehensive fur-free policy. Kering is also the parent company of Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta, Alexander McQueen, and Gucci, which was the first to go fur-free in 2017. Let's urge more companies to make compassion the fashion. For more breaking animal news stories and how you can help, visit worldanimalnews.com.